I'm joined here with Lorelee Marin, and she is with Alberta Health Services here in Lloydminster. And this week is actually Mental Health Week in Alberta. So, can you talk a little bit about why we have a Mental Health Week?
Well, I think that everyone's really comfortable talking about physical health all the time, and over the last many years, we've been raising awareness around the importance of talking about mental health, understanding that it's as important as physical health. And this week gives us that opportunity to really raise awareness and to increase the amount of conversations that we have to promote positive mental health.
And now, during this time, with everything going on with the pandemic and all that, mental health is really important. So, do you think that really also ties into the Mental Health Week?
Well, we're experiencing a lot of things that we've never had to go through before with this pandemic. And so it's important for us to do things that really are intentional about taking care of ourselves. And for many people, they're learning new ways to do that. And so we wanted to be able to share with them some tips on self care and really highlight the importance of being connected even when we're physically distanced. How do we connect in creative new ways, and how do we still practice that self-care? You can't go to the gym now, but what other things could you do? And then we have the added benefit perhaps of having children at home and with us all the time and working from home locations. And so there's a lot that we've been trying to figure out for ourselves, and also to share different tips that have been successful for people.
And during this, you mentioned giving out tips for mental health. So, what are some examples of some things you like to tell people?
So we like to use the ways to wellness. We have, different strategies on how to practice really good self-care. Movement is one of those. Eating a good, healthy diet. I know the tendency when we're at home is to change our eating habits and still staying on routine for the amount of physical activity we get and the amount of good nutrition that we're feeding to our body is important. The other things would be that connection piece. And so using things like Skype and FaceTime and telephone calls, writing notes to each other, uh, just making sure that we're connecting, and for people who are in our household, of sitting face to face and having good conversations. No texting from the basement to the upstairs. Actually get in front of each other, um, for people in your household, and have those good conversations. Other things like laughter. And we have that old saying that laughter is good medicine. And in fact, it's great medicine, particularly for your mental health. And so finding ways to add laughter to every day, even in these hard times of, watching those funny cat videos, or a good comedy, or learning to tell jokes to each other as a family. All of those things can really benefit you. And if you are having kind of a hard time and you end up having a good laugh, just paying attention to how you felt before you laughed and then how you feel now after that laugh, and you'll see such a significant difference. Sleep is so challenging for people right now, and they have a lot on their mind. We've had lots of people who aren't working now. There's been job losses, or they're working from home. Just life situation has changed so much, and it's had an impact on our sleep. So making sure that you have healthy sleep habits, shutting off those devices an hour before you want to go to bed, and really limiting yourself on the amount of time you spend in front of a screen.
And here in Lloydminster, we're lucky to have Project Sunrise. So, can you talk about some of the resources that are available from there?
Thank you for asking that. I'm so excited about Project Sunrise. And last year we launched the website lloydminstermentalhealth.ca. And so those ways to wellness, those strategies for coping, are on that website. And so you can go there and you can learn about mental health. You can learn ways to promote positive mental health. If you're experiencing a mental health problem, or supporting someone who has a mental illness, lots of great information there. But most importantly, if you are experiencing that mental health problem, it helps you to know what services are available for you to reach out and ask for support. So there's so much strength in asking for help, and we want people to really recognize that. That's another thing about Mental Health Awareness Week, is that we're really looking at ways to reduce the stigma around asking for help and around talking about mental health.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Lorelee, and thank you for sharing all the information and tips that are out there right now.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Take care.